Hey, what's going on, guys? And today I actually wanted to do a review of the Whynter 14,000 BTU AC unit. So I actually recently moved into, before I kind of go into the review here, I recently moved into a new home, and this new home actually has central AC. So I'm no longer using this, and I've actually got it set up in my garage right now, but I've plugged it in to kind of give you at least a demo and walk you through this unit. I'm extremely impressed with this unit. In fact, it was really a lifesaver in our last home. So giving a little bit of a backstory, I had moved into this prior home about 7-8 years ago, and for the first summer, we had a very small family room where the windows were extremely tiny, right? Even if you look in this garage, we have these really big windows. So this could accommodate, a very large AC unit. I could get like an 8,000 or even a 10,000 BTU unit, put it in a window like this. But we did not have windows like that. So we were in a circumstance where I only had these very tiny windows in the family room where we spent most of our time. There was no central AC, and we basically had to put 5,000 BTU units in those windows, and it really didn't do justice for the very large space that I was in. So what it came down to is I decided that I would buy a unit like this and just have it freestanding, sitting in the family room. This is triple the power of what I had in that window and what I could, accommodate. And this actually was so powerful that it cooled the entire first floor of our home, which was exactly what I was looking for. I never had any issues with it in terms of functionality, so I used this well for over 2 years. And I'll kind of go through and just talk about some of the features. We'll go through some of the basic functionality first. So if you power on the unit, it has a nice blue LED. It'll read out the temperature that you've got it set to now. You can see the fan speed over here, so it's set to the lowest. And if I actually hit the fan button, you'll see it's now gone to the highest, the middle, and then we can go back low, and you'll hear this thing crank up. You've also got an icon that's up here in the top right that will kind of describe, what mode it's in now. So if we actually hit this button, this goes into, I believe, this is probably the AC mode, and then this is a regular fan. And then this goes back to, I think actually the middle one, this one might be a dehumidify mode. So mainly you're probably gonna be running in this mode, which is just the regular cooling mode. And then you've also got a few other options here. You can hit this timer button. It'll display the hours, and this will allow you to set a timer on this. So if we hit this once, we can now hit the plus, set it to an hour, 2 hours, and then we let go. And this is actually gonna come back and it'll stop pulsing here. And basically now it's set for a 2-hour timer. It will shut off after that amount of time. You've also got, in terms of the functionality of this fan does come up. So if for some reason you wanted to, you can actually set this in increments. So we could have, just a little bit of air, some, or a lot. And ultimately I usually leave it up like this. You have in the back, the cool thing about this unit is it actually has 2 fans, that, 2 exhaust ports rather, that come through here. And this unit more or less sits in the window. There is a little bit of discoloration in the plastic, I think just from old age, but nothing is deteriorated in terms of not being functional. Another really nice thing about this, and as you see with this particular plastic piece, is if I had a window like this, it's very large, right? This is only going to get to about here inside the window. So they actually include this additional plastic piece that you could slide in. So I'll kind of just show. This actually will just slide. Can't really do it very easily with one hand, but you could slide this in, and now it's going to accommodate that extremely large window there. So this is a nice little add-on that they do provide. Another really cool thing about this unit is it does come with a remote control, and believe it or not, I thought I lost this, but this is nice because I don't know if this even works actually. I don't think it has any batteries in it, but pretty much same functionality. You can set your timer, the different modes. You can power it on or off and set the temperature, and it does have a little LED screen as well. So really nice that they included this. The last thing I want to mention is it does have a very, very large plug. So I did have a circumstance in my home where, I was running this pretty far, and I had to utilize a socket on the wall that was also being utilized for our TV and many of our accessories and things like that. So this is definitely something you want to keep in mind, is that you are going to need a dedicated port. You could probably plug this into a power strip, but I probably would recommend definitely plugging it into the wall due to the amount of power that this requires. You do also have your breakers here as well if you needed to like reset this. If something switched in the house, or you blew a circuit or something, a hair dryer was running, you could come and actually flip this. So it's nice that they include that. The last thing I want to mention is it does have a filter in the back here. I'm not going to take this off because of how this is set up, but more or less you can pop this off and there's a whole filter in here that can be removed and cleaned. So that's really all there is to it. There's not a whole lot of maintenance with the unit. It does cool extremely fast. I mean, this thing's even cooling in here right now and it's not even plugged into the outside. So that's how powerful it is. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of that. Overall, I'm really happy with the unit. It does, one last thing I also want to mention, have wheels. So you can actually roll this around. You might be thinking, well, how am I going to move this thing, right? It does actually have wheels. So we would just wheel it into a little mudroom closet that we had during the summer months, and that way we'd have it stored away and we wouldn't have to stare at it in the summertime. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed this review, you found this helpful, if you look below this video, there's actually a link where you can go and buy this product, and you're going to pay the same amount of money, but I'll earn a commission if you decide to do that. So that's definitely going to help me out in a big way, and I certainly appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this helpful.